As a business owner and content creator, you know that it's important to have legal protections in place to prevent lawsuits and to protect yourself, your intellectual property, and your business in general. You're listening to Jessica Dukharan. For your website, it's recommended to have 3 specific legal pages on it to legally protect it. Those legal pages are privacy policy, disclaimer, and terms and conditions. Instead of breaking those down myself, fellow entrepreneur and business lawyer Amira from A Self Guru will share what those 3 legal pages are and why they're important.
In a nutshell, a privacy policy, like I mentioned before, is legally required. So I remember I said that there's some legal documents that are required by law, so you can't like bypass, that requirement. And privacy policy is one of those documents. You're going to need a privacy policy no matter what kind of online business you have. It's there to protect the people that visit your website, because if they're giving you their email address, if they're making a purchase from you, they're giving you their credit card information, they're giving you their name, things like that. So that's considered like personal information that your website is collecting in some shape or form. And that's why you need a privacy policy to let the visitors know what information you're collecting from them, how are you going to use that information. And then the second legal page on your website, which is needed, is a disclaimer. And the biggest purpose that a disclaimer serves is that it prevents lawsuits. Because just like how it sounds, disclaimer, like disclaim legal liability, that's what it's there for. Because the last thing you want is to publish something on your website and then the other person to take it the wrong way or suffer a negative consequence and then come after you and sue you, because that does happen. Like, think about it, you may have seen medical disclaimers, health disclaimers, fitness disclaimers, things like that, because they're there because people don't want to be sued. And that's why that disclaimer is really important. And if you're also going to share affiliate links on your website or do sponsored posts where you're getting paid to write a blog post, you're required by the Federal Trade Commission to also give disclosures that, hey, I was compensated for this, or I'm going to earn an affiliate commission if you click, things like that. So those are typically part of that disclaimer page where people can fully read your policy. And that's why you need that second page. And then the third one is a terms and conditions. Now, terms and conditions, oftentimes people think, oh, I'm not selling anything, I don't need them. No, that's not true. Although it definitely helps that if you're selling anything, no matter what kind of product, you should have terms and conditions, but that's not the only thing they help with. Think of them as your website rules. Like, what are your policies? Like, how are you going to protect the intellectual property, the content that you're publishing, things like that. And then what happens if tomorrow there's a legal dispute? Where are you going to resolve it? Like, so you want to clearly outline all of those things in your terms and conditions page, or that's why I have a template for that. But that's why that page is so important. It's basically a legally binding contract between you and the people that purchase from you and the people that visit your website. So this way, it's clear. And believe me, even as a lawyer, like sometimes people will be like, oh, what about this? And I have to refer them back to my terms and conditions policy. So it is a really, really important policy that outlines your refund policies, your exchange policies, your other rules and regulations that you want people to be aware of when, when they are visiting your site or making a purchase.
If you're a hobby blogger or someone who's not making money from your website, you might be wondering if you need those legal pages on it. The short answer is yes. Here's a more detailed explanation from Amira.
It doesn't matter. The law doesn't preclude you just because you're a hobby blogger. As I mentioned, the privacy policy is legally required. So it doesn't matter that you're just a hobby blogger, you're still required to have it, because even if you have Google Analytics or anything else on your website, you're still collecting personal data in some shape or form. And even if you're a hobby blogger, I'm sure that you don't want to be tomorrow held liable for the content that you're publishing. Let's say you're providing health tips, medical tips, fitness tips, personal finance tips, legal tips, business tips, doesn't matter what the niche is. You don't want someone to just rely on that information and then come after and sue you, do you? So that's why a disclaimer is going to be very important for you, even if you're just a hobby blogger. So what my point is that these pages have nothing to do with that whether you're a hobby blogger or whether you're a serious entrepreneur, their purpose is at the end of the day to ensure your legal compliance and also to protect you from lawsuits and disputes, because even if it's not a lawsuit, things can still get ugly, right? You could still get into some sort of an email war with a customer. And if you don't have policies or you don't have proper, or even a visitor on your site, right? So it doesn't even have to be a customer. So you just want to have that professional look, and you want to make sure that you are, at the end of the day, safeguarding your business through these policies.
Now that you know what legal pages you need to protect your website, let's talk about what options are available for you to get those legal pages. One option is to pay a licensed attorney to draft custom legal pages for your website. With this option, you know the legal pages are being created by a professional, so those legal pages will be accurate and relevant to your website. However, this is the most expensive option. Most likely, you would have to pay hundreds of dollars for a consultation with a lawyer. Then you would have to pay them hundreds of dollars to draft those 3 legal pages. Additionally, if you need pages to be updated in the future, then you'll have to pay them more money to update it for you. Thus, this option may not be feasible for you. Another option that a lot of entrepreneurs and content creators take is to use a free policy generator. This is a bad decision and a mistake that I made in the beginning because a professional blogger recommended it and I didn't know any better. Here's why it's a bad idea to use free policy generators.
For the last so many years, like 10 years, I've been auditing, legal documents as part of my job. And one of the things that I've noticed with free legal templates is that they're very, very deficient, meaning you get like a generic template. You don't get like a professional, comprehensive template that covers all ends and basically gives you that, peace of mind and that protection that, okay, that you're meeting all your requirements. So that's the biggest problem. And in that blog post that I referred to, I've actually shared my audit results. So I've gone ahead and audited different free legal template websites, and I've shown you exactly what's missing in them. So again, you don't have to take my word for it. You just literally go and see my results and you'll get an idea of why, and then you will never trust free legal templates again. Because that's the problem with them. There's so many key legal provisions that are always missing, and then you're exposing yourself to lawsuits. So then it makes me wonder, like, why did I get that template to begin with if it doesn't even serve its purpose of protecting me? So that's the problem with free legal templates. There are always holes in them. And the other thing is that if you start to add additional requirements, like you want GDPR compliance, you want like California law compliance, then you will see that the template is no longer free. These free generators or these free websites, they're going to charge you money. So don't think that it's free. It's just a very bare bones policy that they're giving you, which is free. But when you want to like ensure your compliance with the different laws out there, it's no longer going to be free.
If you can't afford to pay a lawyer to draft legal pages for your website and you want to avoid using those free policy generators, then how can you get those 3 recommended legal pages? The best solution is for you to purchase customizable legal templates that are drafted and sold by a business lawyer. While lawyers charge hundreds of dollars for consultations and for custom legal pages and contracts, they charge a more affordable flat fee for their legal templates and legal bundles. My number 1 recommendation is to purchase your customizable legal templates from Amira of A-Sub Guru, who you heard and saw in this video. I've seen and used her templates for my websites and business because they're written by a business lawyer who is also a blogger and entrepreneur, affordable and well priced, especially the bundles, sold by someone who is customer centric and has over 10 years of experience. They're professional and comprehensive. You'll get future updates for free, and the templates are easy to customize for your needs. Check the description of this video for direct links to Amira's legal templates and legal bundles. To recap, you can legally protect your website by having a privacy policy page, disclaimer page, and terms and conditions page on it. You can easily create those legal pages by using customizable legal templates that are drafted and sold by a business lawyer like Amira. If you'd like to listen to the full interview with Amira, then check out episode 2 of my podcast, which can be found on jessicadukharan.com.